I started running about 7 years ago, and I moved to Brooklyn, and I noticed there was a lot of different running organizations in Brooklyn, but there weren't as many running organizations that catered towards like people like me, like people of color, young professionals, young Black professionals in Brooklyn. And so before I even decided to train people, people actually asked me to train them for the Brooklyn Half Marathon.
What would you say to people that have never really gotten into it or never tried it or feel like they can't get through what a run might be like? What advice would you have for them?
To join a group. The community running is so different from just going out and being like, I'm going to run 2 miles today. The accountability, the support you're going to get, and just having someone out there to be with you. Like a lot of people think, oh, I'm going to run. That means I have to run the whole time. Running there's a progression to it. You don't have to come out and just be like, I'm going to run a marathon.
What has been your experience working with runners, training runners during a global pandemic?
When the pandemic first kind of like came down, like, hey, this is, the real deal. One of the only activities that was really encouraged was running. One of the things that kind of got a lot of our runners down was that they had a lot of these big events planned, from the Tokyo Marathon to the Paris Marathon, Boston Marathon, London Marathon. So all these major marathons were either postponed and subsequently canceled. So that kind of brought some people's spirits down a little bit. But the idea was that we were just going to keep running, keep doing what we do best, and keep encouraging people to get out there and move and run.
How important is it, especially in a community like Brooklyn that's so diverse, and it's a beautiful community, but especially for having a running group and an option to engage more people in the Black and Brown community? Why is that so important, and why is that something that you're passionate about with this organization specifically?
We don't see a lot of Black and Brown people running. The majority of the people that you're going to see are white people. But the neighborhoods that they're running through a lot of times are communities of Black and Brown people. And so by us having this group, We Run Kings, it provides exposure to the Black and Brown community to say that you can do this too. Because long distance running is not something that's advertised a lot in our communities as something that we can do. For me, We Run Kings stands for a way to just be a symbol and to expose our community to this area of fitness, to say, hey, yes, we can be in this genre too of running. We can be in any space that we want to be in. And for Joe and I, our space that we're inviting the Black and Brown community into is longer distance running.